Majorly Minor, Oklahoma's premier minor league football show, bringing you news and action from all three leagues. Today we're going to start off with the XFL. This week the XFL is in their first round of playoffs. As you see, the Oklahoma Nightmare on a bye week. The Edmond Elite will actually travel all the way to Kansas to face off against the Cougars. Now, the Cougars coming into this as second place so far. I give them a 14-point differential in the win on this one. The Elite have had some good players this year, but really haven't been able to get all the connections together to make it happen. So it's an easy call for me. Cougars by 14. Up next to the Green Country Phoenix. They're going to be squaring off against the Oklahoma Territorial Desperados. After week one, the Desperados have really shined through and put together a nice package of a good running, passing attack. Their defense has been spot on. Real easy call on this one. I'm going to give it to the Desperados by 14. Last but not least, it's the Force against the Chargers. This is going to be the toughest of the three games to call. The Force now, getting into this year, they look pretty good. They've kind of spurred off, though, at the last part of the season. However, the Chargers, they're a pretty good team themselves, a good, solid team. There's been reports, however, that the Force are dwindling in numbers. There's a possibility they might take 12 with them. So based upon that, I'm going to have to give it to the Chargers. And this is a crapshoot. I'm going to give it to them by 7. Now we're going to get into the CFL. The CFL this week is their last week for the regular season. Now, it's going to be the River Valley Reckoning that's going up to Kansas City against the Saints. Now, given the look at the record and the play as far as points forced and points against, I'm going to have to give this one to River Valley. This is going to be a 7-point game in their favor. Next up, the Arkansas Raptors square off against the Enid Enforcers. Now, the Raptors are traveling pretty far away to get to Enid. Enid is looking pretty decent this year. Nothing really short of spectacular as far as their play goes. So I'm going to give it to the Enid Enforcers by 14. Northwest Arkansas Battle are traveling to the Queen City Grizzlies. The Battle have put up a really good season so far. Another good, solid team. I'm going to give it to them by 7. Last but certainly not least, the Rose Hill Zombies are going to be traveling up to Joplin to face off against the Crusaders and, again, get their butts whipped by 14 by the Crusaders. Crusaders are going to be approaching 10-0 if they face off and win against Rose Hill. I don't see any reason why they don't take number 1 in the spots for next week's brackets. Next up, we're going to be talking a little bit about the GDFL, some really past kick-butt games against, with the Thunder. And, of course, we had another rain out. Again, with the Oklahoma City Bounty Hunters, unfortunately. But we'll get that and more. But in the meantime, have you ever had one of those political years that all you want is just honesty? Well, I've got it for you right now. Coming right up.
Hi, I'm Gil Fulbright. The people that run my campaign, they've made this commercial, and I'm in it. This campaign, it's not about me. It's about crafting a version of me that'll appeal to you. A version that visits random work sites with paid actors pointing at things. A version of me that doesn't find old people loathsome or pointless. Has a conventionally attractive yet curiously still family. Listening to my constituents, legislating, these are things I don't do. What I do is spend about 70% of my time raising funds for re-election. I'd do anything to stay in office. My name's Gil Fulbright, but hell, I'll change my name to Phil Goldbright or Bill Fulbright or fill up my mouth with farts. These are the things that are important to me. And these are the fine people that finance my campaign. Now, in order to do these things, I have to stay in office. And to stay in office, I have to keep these guys happy. Now, if any of these things make these guys unhappy, well, my hands are tied. So come November, the choice is clear. Do you want another spineless mouthpiece for special interest and lobbyists? Or a spineless mouthpiece for special interest and lobbyists? I'm Philip a Mouth with Farts, and I approve this message.
And we're back. Gil Fulbright, he's got my vote. Anyway, getting to GDFL action, The Oklahoma Thunder traveled all the way down to the Twin Cities Spartans in Texarkana and spanked them 74 to nothing. You know, it's kind of hard to go up against the Thunder when you're first year teams, but when you only show 23 players to a home game, Spartans, come on, you got to get your act together. You're not going to be able to compete in the GDFL, otherwise you're in the wrong league. So the Thunder put up 24 points in the first half and then brought on Brandon Newey and decided to go ahead and let him throw cleanup. He had an extra 50 points to the game in the second half alone, and that's with a fourth quarter running clock. This team is a monster. Everybody better watch out. Everybody's on notice. Now, getting to the Oklahoma City Bounty Hunters. Last week, unfortunately, was week 2 for another rainout. Mother Nature has not been kind to the Bounty Hunters, or basically all of Oklahoma. Unfortunately for them, it's just one of those things that they're all going to have to make up the games. In the meantime, they're actually traveling down to the Twin Cities Spartans this weekend. Now, I'm going to put them up by 50 points, just automatic. If the Twin Cities Spartans actually bring on some players and put up a fight, it'd be great. Otherwise, this is going to be another scrimmage for the Bounty Hunters. Of course, the main game that we're looking for, a home and away, of course, is going to be against the Thunder and the Bounty Hunters. Hopefully, the Bounty Hunters can put their, get all the rust off and knock all the dust off from last year and get into play. Hopefully, this won't be a rain out and travel all the way down there for nothing. So, we'll find out. Like I said, 50-point favorite. So here we go, guys. Thunder on a bye week this week. The Bounty Hunters are traveling down to Texas. You've seen the XFL matchups. You've seen the CFL matchups. Get out there and watch some football, folks. Until next time, I'm Chris Dotson. Thank you very much.